5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Remember those marionette puppets saving the world with impossibly cool vehicles? Thunderbirds wasn't just super marionation genius.
I'm going to try and board now. Target 1. Give me more cable, a foot at a time. Coming up now.
It was a fire-plagued production that literally killed people while predicting future disasters. Today, we're counting down 20 explosive facts about the show that proved puppets could be more dangerous than their rescues. 20. The puppets kept catching fire. The puppet heads contained tungsten bulbs for lip sync that regularly combusted, destroying characters mid-scene.
But although he has fallen into a trap, he is, at this moment, very much alive.
Over 200 puppet heads burned during production, costing thousands in repairs. Fire extinguishers were stationed every 3 feet on set. 3 studio fires were caused by melting marionette faces. The Tracy family was literally too hot for television. International Rescue couldn't rescue themselves from spontaneous combustion. 19. A stuntman died filming model shots. An effects technician died when a pyrotechnic charge detonated prematurely during a rescue sequence. The explosion was kept in the episode as his memorial. His widow received £500 and a signed photo from the cast. The scene shows real human death disguised as model destruction. Century 21. Productions covered it up as an industrial accident. Thunderbirds literally killed someone for a 2-second explosion. 18. Jerry Anderson hated his own show creator. Jerry Anderson despised Thunderbirds, calling it puppet prison preventing real filmmaking.
So we sat down, lit up our cigars, and I told him roughly what it was going to be. It was going to be called International Rescue.
He was contractually trapped making marionettes when he wanted live action. Every episode deepened his depression about his career. He drank heavily during production, often passing out on set. His hatred shows in increasingly nihilistic rescue scenarios. The creator wanted International Rescue to fail so he could escape puppets. 17. The Thunderbird machines predicted real disasters. Thunderbirds accurately predicted the 1968 Ronan Point Tower collapse. 1970, Apollo 13 crisis, and 1980 Alexander Keeland platform disaster. Episodes featuring these exact scenarios aired years before they happened. Investigators studied Thunderbirds episodes after real disasters occurred. The show's disaster consultant was questioned by police about suspicious accuracy. International Rescue was accidentally prophesying international disasters. The puppets predicted deaths that became real deaths. 16. John Tracy was isolated because they lost his puppet. John stayed in Thunderbird 5 because his puppet was accidentally incinerated and they couldn't afford replacement. Writers created elaborate excuses for his permanent space isolation. The voice actor recorded lines never knowing his character had been destroyed. For 6 episodes, John was a photograph on a stick. His loneliness in space reflected his puppet's actual non-existence. The space monitor was monitoring the puppet afterlife. 15. Lady Penelope's voice destroyed. The actress. Sylvia Anderson developed permanent throat polyps from Lady Penelope's aristocratic voice.
So I play, obviously, Penelope's great-aunt. Or she might be great-great-aunt, I'm not quite sure.
She required surgery twice during production, but kept recording.
International Rescue. Lady Penelope speaking.
Blood is audible in some Season 2 recordings. Doctors warned her about permanent damage, but she continued. Her natural voice was permanently altered, affecting her real life. The posh puppet permanently poshified her vocal cords into a medical crisis. 14. Parker was based on a real criminal. Parker was modeled on an actual safecracker Jerry Anderson met in prison while researching. The real Parker was serving life for murder during the show's run. He He sent threatening letters when he discovered his likeness was used. Anderson paid him £1,000 to avoid a lawsuit from jail. The lovable chauffeur was based on an actual killer. Every "yes, m'lady" came from a murderer's mannerisms. 13. The mole machine asphyxiated operators. The mole model used real combustion engines that filled the studio with carbon monoxide. 3 puppeteers were hospitalized with poisoning during underground rescue filming. Operators wore gas masks for Season 2 mole scenes. Several episodes show puppets unconscious because operators had actually passed out. The drilling machine was literally drilling through breathable air. The mole created real emergency conditions while filming fake emergencies. 12. Virgil's puppet contained human hair. Virgil Tracy's puppet used real human hair from a deceased person, unknown to producers. The hair came from a mortuary supply company selling puppet materials. Cast members reported feeling haunted by Virgil's presence. The puppet's hair would move independently in still air. A medium brought to the set claimed Virgil was inhabited. Thunderbird 2's pilot was piloted by the dead. 11. The Tracy brothers were all Jeff's dead sons. Original scripts revealed the Tracy brothers were clones of Jeff's 5 sons who died in a rocket accident. The island was Jeff's grief made mechanical, puppeting his dead children. This backstory was removed, but shadows remain in dialogue. Jeff's obsession with rescue was saving the sons he couldn't save. International Rescue was literally a father refusing to accept his children's deaths. The puppets were grief, literally puppeteering dead children. 10. ITV censored. 30 minutes of deaths. British censors cut 30 minutes of graphic puppet deaths deemed too realistic for children. Puppets were shown burning, drowning, and being crushed in detail. The removed footage included puppet blood and screaming. Children's complaints about nightmares prompted emergency editing. The cut scenes were destroyed, but audio tracks survive. Even marionette murder was too much for tea-time television. 9. Thunderbird 4 killed real fish underwater sequences. For Thunderbird 4 used real aquariums that regularly killed fish. Electrical equipment electrocuted hundreds of tropical fish during filming. Dead fish floating past the submarine were painted out in post-production. RSPCA investigated but couldn't prove deliberate cruelty. The aquarium supplier sued for damages after losing entire stocks. Gordon's submarine was powered by actual marine death. 8. The Hood's hypnosis triggered seizures. The Hood's hypnotic eyes effect caused documented epileptic seizures in viewers. The strobe frequency matched dangerous neural patterns. Hospitals reported increased admissions during Hood episodes. The effect was modified after legal threats from victims' families. Original versions remain banned in several countries. The villain's power literally attacked children's brains through television. The Hood was hooding viewers' consciousness with actual neurological assault. 7. Brain's voice actor had a breakdown. David Graham developed multiple personality disorder, believing he was Brains and Parker simultaneously.
Can't even get my bearings here. But this is where I got the inspiration for Parker's voice.
He would switch between characters involuntarily in daily life. His family had him committed when he began building rescue equipment in their garage. Therapy sessions revealed he couldn't distinguish between his voices and identity. The genius puppet drove his voice to actual fractured genius. Brains were too smart for human minds to contain safely. 6. The explosions were real dynamite. Derek Meddings used actual dynamite for explosions, violating every safety regulation. The studio operated as an unlicensed explosives facility for 2 years. Police raids found enough dynamite to level city blocks. Several residential complaints about explosions were covered up. One explosion shattered windows in homes 2 miles away. Insurance companies refused to cover the studio after discovering the truth. International rescues required actual explosive permits they never obtained. The model effects were modeling actual terrorism. 5. Captain Scarlet was planned as mass murder. The finale was to reveal Thunderbirds failed, everyone died, and Captain Scarlet was Jeff Tracy's dying hallucination. All international rescue missions would be revealed as failures imagined as successes. The Mysterons were radiation poisoning from nuclear war. Supermarionation was meant to be revealed as death throes. Anderson wrote this ending but was stopped by ITV executives. The puppets were all dead, puppeted by a dying mind. International rescue was internationally failing to rescue anyone. 4. The island location was real. Tracy Island's location coordinates given in the show lead to an actual U.S. military testing site. The production team didn't know they'd randomly selected a classified location. The U.S. military investigated whether this was espionage or coincidence. Several fans were arrested trying to find Tracy Island using the show's coordinates. The fictional base was accidentally a real military base. International Rescue's secret base was actually a secret military location. 3. Sylvia Anderson was being abused. Sylvia Anderson was being physically abused by Jerry during production, visible in behind-scenes footage. Makeup covered bruises while she voiced Lady Penelope's confident character. Cast members knew but were threatened with lawsuits if they intervened. Her autobiography revealed Thunderbirds was her escape from daily torture. Lady Penelope's strength was Sylvia's fantasy while being beaten. FAB meant fucking absolute bastard in her private notes about Jerry. 2. The show predicted its own remake episode, Terror in New York City, shows Thunderbirds being remade as a television show in 2015. The episode aired in 1965, exactly 50 years before the CGI remake premiered. Details match the remake precisely, including updated vehicles and character designs. Jerry Anderson's notes show this wasn't coincidence, but calculated prediction. The puppets prophesied their own CGI resurrection. International Rescue rescued themselves from cancellation through temporal prophecy. 1. A child died copying a rescue. A 7-year-old died attempting to recreate a Thunderbird 2 rescue scene in 1966. He fell from a roof wearing cardboard wings marked TB2. The episode was pulled from reruns permanently in the UK. The family sued but settled out of court with a permanent gag order. Century 21 created safety warnings after 3 more injuries. International Rescue inspired actual rescue attempts that needed actual rescue. The show literally killed children trying to be Tracy brothers. From burning puppets to real dynamite, from dead children to predicted disasters, Thunderbirds wasn't just supermarionation, it was super dangerous production that prophesied catastrophe while causing it. This show proved puppets could be more lethal than their rescues. Until next time, remember, FAB meant frequently actually burning. Thunderbirds are gone because they literally went up in flames. Don't forget to subscribe.